Hi everyone, this is Aishwarya once again joining in from Boston. Welcome to GRE King, and today I'm going to talk to you about a topic which everybody has. Like, I have got a lot of queries around that topic. I also did an Instagram live. So, for all those people who don't know, I am doing Instagram live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. IST. The Instagram handle is Cat King Study Abroad. So I'm doing a live there and I address a lot of queries. So I already did this there, but I just thought that still people are a lot of times confused, all the students. So I thought I'll do a video here. It's MBA versus masters abroad. Okay, so this is what I'm going to talk to you today. Lot of students have been confused, and you don't know, because when you are in India, you have that, if you're doing an MBA from one of the good colleges, like top 30, top 50 colleges of India, which is your IIMs or NMIMS or FMS and XLRI and all of those colleges, so then it's good. But what about masters? There is no concept of masters. Like, I know a lot of engineers who do their bachelor's, and then you do MTech, and then you do it from, say, IIT Bombay, and that's it. Okay, why people that masters concept is not there? Because India is not meant for research. Okay, so if you want to get into research, if you want to get your masters, you have a lot of scope abroad. So for all those people who are confused that if I'm going abroad, I wanted to do an MBA back in India, and I am a recent graduate, I just have 1 year of experience, and now I want to go abroad and I want to do an MBA only. If that's the case, majority of the universities, and good universities, reputed universities, take MBA applications, and the minimum criteria is you need to have 2 years of work ex. Okay, and that's the minimum criteria. On an average, every university looks for somewhere around 5 years of work experience if you want to do an MBA abroad. Okay, there are very few universities which would accept, but then you can actually count them on your fingers. Okay, so the thing is, in abroad, in US, Canada, the concept is that if you're doing an MBA, you need to have industry experience. Whereas if I compare it with India, there that's not the concept. Like, all your IMs, you, like, all fresh grads are promoted to get into all of those colleges, but here it's not that concept. So what do then people do? Like, once they are graduated, why do they go to US? Why do they go to Canada? And what do they actually do? Okay, so let's talk about that. So all the engineers, primarily, like if you're doing like comp science or whatever, engineering in computers, IT, EXTC, they take up courses which are relevant to their curriculum, or even if it's not relevant, somewhere which is related to technicalities. Okay, like for example, a lot of people, comp science, who have done, they do masters in comp science, or you want to get into a particular field, masters in robotics, game development, and whatnot. Okay, there is another very interesting degree which majority of the engineers take up. It's called MIS, Management and Information Systems. Okay, so it is IT comms, but it also has a mix of management. So management in information technology sector, that's a very new and brimming up course, because engineers, if they don't want to get into complete core technical things and do a masters in com science, they do a combination of both the things, which is called masters in information systems. There is also masters in engineering management. Okay, like people who don't want to completely get into all of those things. So that is what engineers do. Now let's talk about non-engineers. That you always say that I want to go abroad and do MBA, but you only have less than 2 years of work experience, or you are a recent fresh grad. So what can you do? You can do MIM, which is Masters in Management. You can do MS in Finance. You can do MS in Financial Analytics. You can do MS in Marketing. You can do MS in Marketing Analytics, and whatever, like, Masters in Commerce. Okay, all of these options are available. Now, a lot of people come and tell me and ask me that, doing an MBA, and what's the value of doing an MBA and Masters. Okay, there is a difference. Okay, now it depends. Okay, for example, you are a recent grad. Okay, you have graduated and you are somewhere around 22 years of age. Okay, 21, 22 years of age. You are a recent grad. If you apply for a master's program abroad and go and spend 2 years there, you will graduate when you would be 23. Okay, so at 23, you are already done with your masters. You have spent in rupees, but you are earning in dollars. Okay, whatever you have spent, whatever the amount was, whatever you have spent, you are almost earning more than double of it at the age of 23. Okay, and 23 is not the ideal age to do an MBA from abroad, according to the on their websites you would not find that. Okay, so now at 23 you are already earning and you're already done with your masters. When you turn at the age of 28, okay, or 29, say for example, that is what these people tell here, that that's the good age to do an MBA, because you would have around 5-6 years of work experience by that time. And then if you wish, because you'll already be earning in US, you'll be there, you'll be earning, and then if you wish to do, you can take. But that also depends on you, like whether you want to go ahead with it, what's the package that you're getting, and so on and so forth. Now imagine that you tell me that then, because that course is meant for you, that master's course is meant for all the people who don't have work experience. Okay, so do you understand the value there? When I talk about MBA, okay, you have already spent say 3 years, more than 2 years, right? 3 years in India, you know how much you're going to earn at whatever position you are at, okay? 3 years, 4 years, and then you take up an MBA. So those 3-4 years you have already spent there having a work experience, or 5 years for that matter, and then you are coming here. So at by the time you come here, you're already 25, 26. So the package that you get after doing an MBA obviously is going to be a little more, depends on what field, okay? It's not also that if you do an MBA you're going to earn better. It depends on what field also you get into. So at 26, 27, the package that you are earning is going to be equivalent to the package that the person who has done masters and who does not have work experience, who is getting at 26, 27. So it all depends upon the right timing and what your current age is. So it's nothing that I'm going to wait for like 3-4 years and then go abroad and then do masters or MBA. Okay, so if you are very, very sure that you want to go abroad, don't think much that what's the value, and because we always have the habit of thinking too much, and okay, whether I should do this, whether I should not do this, and wasting time. Okay, so if you are a fresh grad, okay, and if you want to go abroad, look for a lot of masters courses, masters in science, in masters in information technology, or masters in information systems, masters in com science, or if you are like from non-engineering backgrounds, masters in commerce, and what do you call, you have a lot of courses in marketing analytics, financial analytics, masters in management. Check out all of these courses, but the bottom line is you have to do it from a good university, because if you just do it for the sake of it, you want to go abroad, then it's not going to give you that value. Okay, whatever course you want to do, if you do it from a reputed university, then you are bound to get the value that you're looking for. Okay, so if you already you have like more than 2 years, 3-4 years of work experience, then go for MBA abroad. And if you are a fresh grad or you have less than 2 years of work experience, then go for masters abroad. Don't think too much. Having said that, if you have like 5-6 years of work experience and you're still very focused towards being in a technical role, then also you can go for masters abroad. There is no limit on the age. When you come here, the concept is not that I am one of the youngest people in the MBA, and at the same time I meet a lot of people who are much, much, much elder than me and much younger than me. So all I want to just break that thing that whether I should do this, whether I should not do this. Whatever you want to do, New Year's coming up, it's already here. Plan it up properly, and then give your best. For all those people who want to set up an appointment with me, you can drop an email on catkingsstudyabroad@gmail.com, and I or somebody else can actually get in touch with you and help you out with all your queries. You can check out the website. The link is given in the description below for GRE, GMAT, and application courses. If you get into the mentorship program, you are going to meet me every alternate week, and I'm going to help you prepare for your GRE, GMAT, as well as do your applications. Okay, so this is Aishwarya signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit on the like button, and there is a bell icon there. If you click on that, you will get daily notifications. Aishwarya signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.